Check this out, guys.
It's gaining on us!
We've got one shot.
Hold tight! It's just breathing fire! Watch out!
Move! Hard right!
It's right on us!
Now, there's a reason I showed you that clip. But before we dive in, I want to clarify something. You've probably heard that some AI channels are getting demonetized or even terminated. While I don't mean to alarm you, it's true that a number of AI channels have been demonetized. And at the rate YouTube's going, it's likely that more will face this issue. But what you need to understand is that YouTube isn't against using AI in content creation. In fact, they've explicitly said that they support channels that leverage AI to enhance storytelling, which is why Google itself is also investing heavily in AI and integrating it across its platforms. So what does this mean for faceless content creators? Well, instead of using AI to do everything, it's time to put in extra effort. You can't just throw together a few images or random AI-generated clips and call it storytelling anymore. Creating content now requires real effort. You need to learn how to create better scripts, not simply copy-pasting AI-generated ones. And for animation, don't just do the bare minimum. YouTube needs to see that you've put thought and creativity into your videos, not just spam content. And that's where the clips I showed you come in. Kling AI's new version 3.0 makes it easy to create videos that can compete with industry-level animations like these. From consistent characters across videos, body movements, emotions, and speech to camera angles, these videos look highly professional. AI will still handle the heavy lifting, but it's up to you to craft the prompts, refine the clips, and ensure your results are polished. Learning to use these tools effectively is essential. That's exactly what I'm going to show you. By the end of this video, you'll know how to take your AI video generation to the next level. I'll be using Kling inside Higgsfield, so make sure you're on the home page. You should see the new Kling version. If it's not visible, just go to Video and it should be under Models. Now, once you're on the video generation page, you have the option for multi-shot right here. You can also add a start frame and an end frame, depending on exactly what you're trying to achieve. There's also this element section, which is where you can add specific characters or objects. If you want to keep every single one of your characters consistent across shots, this is where you'll handle that. We'll come back to it in a moment. Here, you can select the duration. Kling 3.0 lets you go all the way up to 15 seconds, so you can now generate full 15-second clips. You also have the option to choose up to 1080p resolution. Now let's test out a simple Pixar animation style scene and see the level of result this new version is going to give us. I'm using this simple prompt of a girl and her robot talking, asking a fisherman for directions. The duration and resolution are already set, so I'll go ahead and start the generation.
Excuse me. We're looking for the lighthouse that only turns on at sunset. Are we close?
Closer than you think. Follow the sound of the bells and trust the breeze.
Got it. Bells and breeze.
This result looks really good. It'll actually pass for a real animated scene, which is pretty incredible. Character movement, lip sync, and there's little to no morphing anywhere. Now, this result is great, but it's not really taking advantage of one of Kling's new update's game-changing features, which is the camera angles. That's where the multi-shot feature comes in. So make sure you toggle it on. As the name implies, this makes it possible for you to add different shots of the scene. In case you don't see the option to add another shot, make sure the full 15 seconds haven't already been assigned to the first one. If it has, simply decrease the duration to something that you like. You'll notice this new Add Shot button becomes visible. The entire video maxes out at 15 seconds. So if one shot already takes all 15, there's nothing left to assign. But if you drop it down to 14 seconds, there's now 1 second left to assign to a new shot. The key thing is deciding how long you want each shot to be. For example, if I want each shot to be 3 seconds, I'll set the first one to 3, then add another 3-second shot. You can adjust this however you want based on the scene and pacing you're going for. The tool allows up to 6 shots for any clip you want to generate. Make sure you clearly define exactly what happens in each shot, maybe character actions, dialogue, and camera angle. Once you're done with that, move on to the next shot. Add the details you want for that as well and proceed with the other shots. Don't add some long dialogue to something like a 3-second shot. You'd need to increase or decrease the duration depending on what you're looking for. Once you're done, start the generation and let's see what the AI has created.
Excuse me, Shensheng. Which way to the lighthouse?
Follow the shore. It's just around the bend.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
The result actually looks really good. It followed the camera angles we gave it completely. First was the wide shot of the scene, then the medium shot of the girl and her robot while she was speaking, followed by a close-up of the fisherman. Then there's another medium shot of the girl before the final wide tracking shot as the character is moving forward. This is another one I created of an ancient hominid and a saber-tooth. If you're a niche like Hominid History Hub or any storytelling one, this feature is game-changing. The Dragon Chase video I showed at the beginning was created using this same process, and the results are amazing. We can actually create full short movies with the kind of details that this tool is delivering. Now, these results look great, but the most important thing for storytelling is consistency. So how do you make sure you keep characters consistent throughout the story? Well, this is where this Elements feature comes in. It allows users to actually upload our own characters and even objects, which can then be used across different scenes in your story. The best part is that you can give it as much detail as possible to ensure it doesn't stray from your exact characters, even when captured at different camera angles. Let me carry you through the process. Simply hit this button to create a new element, then upload images of your character or even a video. In this case, I'll just upload an image. What you can do is to add different angles of your character, maybe the front, side, and back profiles to really lock in the character consistency. Most image generators, including Nano Banana Pro, can help you create the character angles. Once the images are uploaded, you need to give the element a name as well as a short description before submitting. You can edit or delete any elements that you've already added or add more. Once you've generated all your characters, close this page to return to the Image Generation 1. Now, all you have to do wherever you need any of the characters is to reference them like this and then write the exact actions they're performing in the scene. You can do this for every single shot that you need, for any characters that you've added. It's that simple. One important thing to note is that when you use elements, you must add a start frame. No need for an end frame, but you need to add a start frame before generation. I've already created an image of the characters, so I'll upload that here as the start frame and start the generation. Now check out this result.
Excuse me, we're looking for the lighthouse that only turns on at sunset. Are we close?
Closer than you think. Follow the sound of the bells and trust the breeze.
As you can see, it maintained our characters perfectly throughout the shots, and this other one I generated for a different scene looks equally good.
Excuse me, I was hoping you could help us.
I can do that. Hop in!
Not only is it great for multiple shot scenes, its realism when it comes to emotions is just as game-changing.
Hey, are you okay?
So feel free to give this a try and see how you can leverage it to improve your content or even open new niches that were previously untouchable. Anyway, if you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you and see you in the next one.